Remember it, Adam, it was upon this fashion bequeathed to me by will, but pour 1,000 crowns. And as thou sayest, charged my sister Oliver on her blessing to breed me well. There begins my sadness. Look, our sister Jacqueline, she keeps at school, and reports speak goldenly of her profits. But for my part, she lets me feed with her hinds, bars me the place of a brother, and as much as in her lies, minds my gentility with my education. This is it, Adam, that grieves me. I can no longer endure it, yet I know no wise remedy how to avoid it.
Yonder comes your sister, my mistress.
Now, sir, what make you here?
Nothing. I'm not taught to make anything.
Huh. What mar you then, sir?
Oh, Mary, madam, I'm helping you to mar that which God made. A poor, unworthy brother of yours with idleness.
Oh, marry, sir, be better employed and be not a wife.
Oh, should I keep your hogs and eat husks with them? What prodigal portion have I spent that I can come under such penury?
Know you where you are, sir?
Oh, very well, madame, here in your orchard.
Know you before whom, sir?
I. Better than she I am before knows me. I know you are my elder sister, and in the gentle condition of blood you should so know me. I have as much of my father in me as you, albeit I confess your coming before me is near to his reverence.
Oh, what boy?
Oh, come! Come, elder sister, you're too young in this!
Leave thou thy hands on me, villain!
I am no villain. I am the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boyce. He was my father, and she is thrice a villain that says such a father begot villains. That was railed on thyself.
Let me go, I say!
I will not till I please. You shall hear me. My father charged you in his will to give me good education. And you have trained me like a peasant, obscuring and hiding from me all gentlemanlike qualities. The spirit of my father grows strong in me, and I will no longer endure it. Therefore, allow me such exercises as may become a gentleman, or give me the poor lottery left me by will, and I will go buy my fortunes.
What wilt thou do, beg, when that is spent? I pray you leave me, You shall have some part of your will. Leave me.
No further offend you than becomes me for my good.
Get you with him, you old dog.
Is old dog my reward? Master, I lost my teeth in your service. God be with my old master. He would not have spoke such a word.
Is it even so? Begin you to crow upon me? I will physic your rakeness and give no 1,000 crowns neither. Hola, Dennis!
All's your worship?
Was not Charles, the Duke's wrestler, here to speak with me?
So please you. He's here at the door and importunes access to you.
Call him in! 'Twill be in a good way. Tomorrow the wrestling is.
Good morrow to your worship.
Good Mr. Charles, what's the new news at the new court?
Oh, there is no news at the court, madam, but the old news. That is, the old Duke is banished by his younger sister, the new Duke, and 3 or 4 loving lords have put themselves into voluntary exile with him.
Can you tell if Rosalind, the Duke's daughter, be banished with her father?
Oh, no. No. For the Duke's daughter, her cousin, so loves her, being ever from their cradles bred together, that she would have followed her into exile or else died to stay behind her. No, she's at court, and never 2 ladies loved as they do. Huh?
Can you tell, where will the old Duke live?
They say he is already in the forests of Arden, and have many merry men with him, and there they live like old Robin Hood of England. They say many young gentlemen flock to him every day, and there they fleet the time carelessly as they did in the Golden World.
What, you wrestle today before the new Duke?
Marry I do, madam. And I came to acquaint you with a matter. I am given to understand madam, secretly, that your younger brother Orlando hath a disposition to come in disguised against me to try a fall. Now today I wrestle for my credit, madam, and he that escapes me without some broken limb shall acquit him well. Therefore, I came to acquaint you with all that you might stay him from his intendment, or else brook such disgrace as well as he shall run into, in that it is a thing of his own search and altogether against my will.
I'll tell thee, Charles, it is the stubbornest young fellow of France, full of ambition, an envious emulator of every man's good parts, a secret and villainous contriver against me, his natural sister. Therefore, use thy discretion. I had as lief thou didst break his neck as his finger.
If he come tomorrow, I'll give him his payment. If ever he walk alone again, I'll never wrestle for a prize more. And so, God keep your worship.
Farewell, Sir Charles.
I pray thee, Rosalind, sweet my coz, be merry. Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I am mistress of, and would you yet ever marry her? Unless you can teach me to forget a banished father, you must not learn me how to remember any extraordinary pleasure.
Well, herein I see thou lovest me not with the full wind I love. If my uncle, the Duke thy father, had banished the Duke my mother, so thou had been still with me, I could have taught my love to take thy father for mine. So wouldst thou, if the truth of thy love to me was so righteously tempered as mine is to thee.
I forget the condition of my estate to rejoice in yours.
You know my mother hath no child but I, nor none is like to have. And truly, when she dies, thou shalt be her heir. For would she have taken from my father perforce, I will rent thee again in affection. Therefore, my sweet Rose, my dear Rose, be merry.
From henceforth I will, cuz, and devise sports. Let me see. What think you of falling in love? How now? Whither wander you?
Oh, mistress, you must come away to your father.
You made the messenger?
No, by mine honor, but I was bid to come for you.
Where did you learn that oath, fool?
Oh, from a certain knight who swore by his honor that they were good pancakes, and also swore by his honor that the mustard was not. Now, I'll swear to it, the pancakes were bad, and the mustard was good. It was not the knight forsworn.
How prove you that in the great heat of your knowledge?
Aye, marry. Now unmuzzle your wisdom.
Stand you both forth now, stroke your chins, and swear by your beards that I am a knave.
By our beards, if we have them, thou art.
Ah, by my knavery, if I had it, then I were. But if you swear by that is not, you are not forsworn. Nor had this knight sworn away his honor, for he never had any, and if he had sworn it off long before he saw those pancakes or that mustard.
Bonjour, Monsieur Le Beau. What's the news?
Fair princess, you have lost much good sport. I would have told you of good wrestling, which you have lost sight of.
Yet tell us the manner of the wrestling.
I will tell you the beginning, and if it please your ladyship, you may see the end. For here where you are, they're coming to perform it.
Shall we see this wrestling, cousin?
You must, if you stay here, for here is the place appointed for the wrestling, and they are ready to perform it.
Yonder, sure they are coming. Let us now stand and see it.
Come on, since the youth will not be entreated, his own peril on his forwardness.
Is yonder the man?
Even he, madam.
Alas, he's too young. Yet he looks successfully.
How now, daughter and cousin? You crept hither to see the wrestling.
Aye, my liege, so please you give us leave.
We'll take a little delight in it, I can tell you. There is such odds in the man. Pity of the challenger's youth, I would fain persuade him, but he will not be entreated. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can.
Call him hither, good Monsieur Le Beau.
Monsieur le Challenger! My lady calls for you.
Young man, have you challenged Charles the wrestler?
No, fair princess. He's but the general challenger. I come in as others do to try within the strength of my youth.
Concern your spirits and you mold for your gifts. We pray, for your own sake,
sake, embrace your own safety. Give over this attempt.
Do, young sir. We will make it our suit to the Duke that the wrestling might not go forward.
Pray you punish me not with your hard thoughts, wherein I confess me much guilty to deny so fair and excellent ladies anything. But let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial, where, if I be foiled, there's but one shamed who is never gracious. If killed, well, one dead who is willing to be so. Do my friends no harm, for I have none to lament me. The world no injury, for in it I have nothing. In the world I only fill up a place, which may be better supplied when I have left it empty.
The little strength I have, I would it were with you.
And mine, to eke out hers.
Fare you well. Pray heaven I be deceived in you.
And your heart's desires be with you.
Come! Where is this young gallant that so desireth to lie with his mother earth?
Ready, sir? For his will hath in it a more modest working.
You shall try but one fall.
No, I warrant your grace, you shall not entreat him to a second that could not be persuaded from a first.
And you mean to mock me after you should not have mocked me before? Come thy ways.
Now Hercules be thy speed, young man. Oh, when I were invisible, I grabbed the strong fellow by the leg.
Come on, Charlie.
Come on, then. Get it. Come on!
Kaboom!
Come on. Yes, I pray your grace am not yet well breathed.
Trust thou, Charles.
He cannot speak, my lord.
Bear him away. What is thy name, young man?
Orlando, my liege. Youngest son of Sir Roland du Bois.
Thou hadst been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honorable, but I did find him still mine enemy. Thou wouldst have better pleased me with this deed hadst thou descended from another house. Still, thou art a gallant, so fare thee well. I would that thou hadst come from another father.
Were I my mother, cuz, would I do that?
I am more proud to be Sir Roland's son, his youngest son. Will not change that calling to be adopted heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Roland as his soul, and all the world was in my father's mind. Had I before known this young man his son, I would have given him tears unto entreaties ere he should thus have ventured.
Come, let us go and thank him and encourage him. Your mother's rough and envious disposition sticks me at heart. Good sir, you well deserve. If you do keep your promises in love justly, as you've exceeded all promise, your mistress will be happy.
Gentlemen, wear this for me. One out of suits with fortune that could give more, but that her hand lacks means. Shall we go, cuz?
Aye. Fare you well, fair gentlemen.
Can I not say thank you? My better parts are all overthrown, and that which stands here is a mere quintain, a lifeless block.
He calls us back. My pride fell with my fortunes. I'll ask him what he would. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well, overthrown more than your enemies. Will you go, cuz? Have with you. Fare you well.
Oh, what passion hangs these weights upon my tongue! She urged conference, yet I cannot speak. Oh, Orlando, thou art overthrown! Or Charles, or Something weaker masters thee.
But sir, I do, in friendship, counsel you to leave this place, albeit you have deserved high commendation, true applause, and love. But such is now the Duke's condition that she misconstrues all that you have done.
I thank you. Pray you tell me this. Which of the two was daughter to the Duke that was here at the wrestling?
Neither is her daughter if we judge by manners. But yet indeed, the lesser is her daughter. The other is daughter to the banished Duke, and here detained by her usurping aunt to keep her daughter company, whose loves are dearer than the natural bond of sisters. But I can tell you that of late, this Duke hath ta'en displeasure against her gentle niece, grounded upon no other argument than that the people praise her for her virtues and pity her for her good father's sake. And on my life, her malice against the lady will suddenly break forth. Sir, fare you well. Hereafter, in a better world than this, I shall desire more love and knowledge of you.
I rest much bounden to you. Fare you well. Fare you well. Thus must I from the smoke into the smother, from a tyrant duke to a tyrant other. Heavenly Rosalind.
Is it possible in such a sudden you should fall into so strong a liking with old Sir Rowland's youngest son?
My father, the Duke, loved his father dearly.
Doth it therefore ensue that you should love his son dearly? By this kind of chase I should hate him, for my father hated his father dearly, and yet I hate not Orlando.
Oh no, Faith, hate him not for my sake. Look, here comes the Duke, with her eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste and get you from our court.
Me, madam?
You, cousin, within these 10 days, if thou beest found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace. Let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. Never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your highness.
As to all traitors, if their purgation did consist in words, they are innocent as grace itself. Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood depends.
Thou art thy father's daughter, there's enough.
So was I when your highness banished him. So was I when your highness took her dukedom. Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
Aye, Celia, we stayed her for your sake, else she had with her father ranged along.
I did not then entreat to have her stay. That was your pleasure and your own remorse. I was too young that time to value her, but now I know her. If she be a traitor, why so am I. We still have slept together, learned, played, eat together, and wheresoever we went, like Juno's swans, still we went coupled and inseparable.
She is too subtle for thee. Her smoothness, very silence, and her patience speak to the people. They pity her. Thou art a fool. It robs thee of thy name. Thou wilt shine more bright and seem more virtuous when she is gone. Then open not thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is my doom. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool. You, niece, provide yourself. You outstay the time, then upon mine honor, and in the greatness of my word, you die.
Oh, my poor Rosalind! Whither wilt thou go? And wilt thou change parents? I will give thee mine. Pray thee, be not more grieved than I am.
I have more cause.
Thou hast not, pray thee, be cheerful. Knowest thou not that the Duke hath banished me, her daughter?
That she hath not.
No? Ah, Rosalind lacks then the love that teacheth thee that thou and I am one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we part, sweet girl? No. No, let my mother find another heir, therefore devise with me how we may fly. Where to go? What to bear with us? Say what thou canst, I will go along with thee.
Why, whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
Alas, what danger will it be to us, maids as we are, to travel forth so far? Beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
put myself in poor and mean attire, and with a kind of amber smudge my face, the like you do, so shall we pass along, never star assailants.
Were it not better, because then I am more than common tall, then I did suit me at all points like a man. We'll have a swashing and martial outside, as many other mannish cowards have that do outface it with their semblances. What shall I call thee when thou art a man? I'll have no worse a name than Jove's own page. Therefore look you call me Ganymede. But what will you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Aliena.
But cousin, what if we essayed to steal that clownish fool out of your mother's court? Would he not be comfort to our travel?
Oh, he'll go along over the wide world with me. Leave me alone to work, and let's away. Gather our jewels and our wealth, and devise the fittest time and safest way to hide from the pursuit that will be made after my flight. Therefore, go we in content and liberty, and not to banishment.
Who's there?
Oh, unhappy youth! Come not within these doors, within this roof. Your sister has heard your praises. Tonight, she means to burn the lodging where you used to lie, and you within it.
Whither, Adam, would you have me go? What? Would you have me go and beg my fortune? Or with a base and boisterous sword enforce a thievish living on the common road?
But do not so. I have 500 crowns, the thrifty hire saved under your father. Take that. And he that doth the raven's deed, yes, providently caters to the sparrow, provide my old age. Here is a gold. Oh, this I give you. Let me go with you.
Dear old woman. Oh, how well in thee appears the constant service of the antique world. Come thy ways. We'll go together, and ere we have thy youthful wages spent, we'll light upon some settled low content.
Master, go on, and I will follow thee to the last gasp, with truth and loyalty.
Let's to the forest, quickly!
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more, hath not made more, Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not old custom made this life more sweet than that of painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious court? Here feel we but the penalty of Adam, the season's difference, even as the icy fang and churlish chiding of the winter's wind bites and blows upon my body, even till I shrink with cold. I smile and say, this is no flattery. These are counselors that feelingly persuade me what I am. And this, our life, and sweet are the uses of adversity, which, like the toad, ugly and valueless, wears yet a precious jewel in his head. And this our life, exempt from public haunt, finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stone, and good in everything. I would not change it.
Well, happy is your grace that can translate the stubbornness of fortune into so quiet and so sweet a style.
Come, shall we go and kill us venison? And yet it irks me the poor dappled fools, being the native burghers of this desert city, should, in their own confines with barbed forks, have their round buttocks pierced.
Indeed, my lord, a melancholy Jacques grieves at this, and in that kind swears you do more usurp than doth your sister that hath banished you. Today, my lord of Amiens and myself did steal along behind him as he lay beneath an oak, whose antique fruit sprawls out upon this brook, to the which place a poor sequestered stag, that from hunter's aim had taken heart
Oh yes, into 1,000 similes. First, for his weeping into the needless stream. Poor dear! Thou makest testament as worldlings do, giving thy sum of more to that which had too much. Then, being there alone, left and abandoned of his velvet friend.
'Tis right, quoth he. Thus misery doth the flux of company.
Anon, a careless herd, full of the pasture, jumps along by him, and never stays to greet him. Aye, quoth Jacques, sweep on, you fat and greasy citizen. It is just the fashion. Wherefore do you look upon that poor and broken bankrupt there?
Thus most invectively he pierces through the body of the country, city, court, yea, and of this our life, claiming we are mere usurpers, tyrants, and what's worse, to fright the animals and kill them up in their assigned and native dwelling place.
And did you leave him in this contemplation?
We did, my lord, weeping and commenting on the sobbing deer.
Show me the place. I love to cope him in these sullen fits, for then he is full of matter.
I'll take you to him straight.
Oh, Jupiter, how weary are my spirits.
Ha! I care not for my spirits, if my life were not weary.
I could find it in my heart to disgrace my man's apparel and to cry like a woman, but I must comfort the weaker vessel. The doublet and hose ought to show itself courageous to petticoat. Therefore, courage, good Aliena. I pray you, bear with me. I cannot go no further.
Ha! For my part, I would rather bear with you than bear you. But I should carry no cross if I did bear you, for I think you have no money in your purse.
Well, this is the forest of Arden.
I am in Arden. No more fool I. I was at a happy place at home, but travelers must be content.
Be so good, Touchstone. Look you who comes here, a young man and an old in solemn talk.
That is the way to make her scorn you still.
Oh, and that the news how I do love her.
Hardly guess. I've loved her now.
Thou didst then know love so heartily. If thou rememberst not the slightest folly that ever love made thee run into, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not sat, as I do now, wearing thy hue and thy mistress's praise, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not broken company, abruptly as my passion now makes me, thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe.
Alas, poor shepherd. Searching of thy wounds, I have by hard adventure found mine own.
I pray, one of you question yon gentleman if he will for gold give us any food. I faint almost to death.
Who are you, clown?
Peace, fool, he's not thy kinsman.
Who calls?
You're better, sir.
Else they are the very wretched.
Peace.
Good even to you, friend.
And to you, gentle sir. And to you all.
I prithee, shepherd, if that love or gold can in this desert place buy entertainment, bring me where we may rest ourselves and feed. Here's a young maid with travel much oppressed, faints for succor.
Fair sir, I pity her, and I wish for her sake, more than for my own, my fortunes may be able to relieve her. But I'm a shepherd to another man, and I do not shear the fleeces that I graze. My master's of a churlish disposition, and little rest upon the way to heaven by doing deeds of hospitality. Besides, his coat, his flock, his bounds of feed are now on sale, and at the sheepcote now, by reason of his absence, there's nothing that you will feed on. But what is? Come see. With my voice, most welcome shall you be.
What is he that shall buy the flock and pasture?
That young swain you saw here but erewhile, little cares about buying anything.
I pray you, if it stand with honesty, buy thou the cottage, the pasture, and the flock, and you shall have to pay for it of us.
We will mend my wages. I like this place. I could willingly waste my time in it.
Surely the thing needs to be sold. Go with me, and if you like upon report, the soil, the profit, this kind of life,
I will your very faithful feeder be, and with my voice, welcome quiet with your gold most suddenly.
More! I prithee, more!
It will make you melancholy, Mr. Jacques.
I thank it. More, I prithee, more! I can suck melancholy out of a song as a weasel sucks eggs. I prithee, more!
My voice is ragged. I know I cannot please you.
I do not desire you to please me. I desire you to sing. Come! Will you sing? Another stanza. Call you them stanzos.
Oh, you will, Monsieur Jacques.
Nay, I care not for their names. They all mean nothing. Will you sing?
Sure, you requested to please myself.
Oh, well then, if I ever thank any man, I'll thank you first. Come, sing! And you that will not can hold your tongues.
Well, I'll finish the song. Sirs, cover the while. The Duke will drink under this tree. He hath been all this day to look you.
And I've been all this day to avoid him. He is far too disputable for my company. I think of as many matters as he, but I thank God and make no boast of them. Will you sing? Warble, come!
Who doth ambition shun, and love to live in the sun, seeking the food he eats, and please what he gets. Come hither, come hither, here shall we see no enemy, but rich and of pleasure.
Here is a verse to that note that I made yesterday, despite of my invention. Thus it goes. And if it come to pass that any man turn ass, a stubborn will to please, and a fool to please, Duke Dame, and here will he see a gross fool as he, and if he come to me!
What is that? Duke Dame?
'Tis a Greek invocation to call fools into a circle. I'll go to sleep. And if I cannot, I'll rail against all the firstborn of Egypt.
And I'll go seek the Duke. His banquet is prepared.
Dear master, I can go no further. I die for food. Here lie I down and measure out my grave. Farewell, kind master.
Why, how now, Adam? No greater heart in thee? Come, live a little, comfort a little, cheer thyself a little. If this uncouth forest yield anything savage, I'll either be food for it or bring it back as food for thee. Thou shalt not die for lack of a dinner, not if there live anything in this desert. Come cheerly, good Adam. That's it.
How now, monsieur? What a life this is that your poor friends must woo your company. What? You look merrily.
A fool! A fool! I met a fool in the forest! A motley fool. Oh, miserable world, as I do live by food! I met a fool who laid him down and
basked in the sun and railed on Lady Fortune in good terms, in good set terms, and yet a fool. Good morning, fool, quoth I. Ah, no, sir, call me not fool till heaven hath sent me fortune. He pulls a dial out of his poke and looking on it with a lackluster eye, says very wisely, "It is now 10 o'clock, and thus we see," quoth he, "how the world wags. 'Tis but an hour ago it was 9. After an hour more it will be 11. And so hour by hour we ripe, and hour by hour we rot, and thereby hangs a tale. Oh, noble fool, oh worthy fool. Motley is the only wear."
What fool is this?
Oh, worthy fool. He's right over there. Fantastic.
Forbear!
And eat no more?
Eat no more!
I have eaten none yet.
Nor shalt not, till necessity be served.
Art thou thus emboldened by thy distress, or art thou a rude despiser of good manners, that in civility thou seemst so empty?
He dies. If touches any of this fruit till I and my affairs have been answered.
What would you? Your gentleness shall force more than your force move us to gentleness.
I almost die for food. Let me have it.
Then sit down and feed, and welcome to our table.
Speak you so gently. I pray you pardon me. I thought that all things had been savage here.
True it is that we have seen better days, and have with holy bell been known to church, and wiped our eyes of tears that gentle pity hath engendered. And yet sit you down in gentleness, and take upon command what help we have, that to your needs may be ministered.
There is an old poor woman, who after me hath many a weary step limped in pure love. Till first she be sufficed, I will not touch a bit.
Go find her out. Will nothing waste until you return.
I thank you, and be blessed for your good comfort.
Thou seest, we are not all alone unhappy. This wide and universal stage presents more woeful pageants than the scene wherein we play.
Oh, all the world's a stage. And all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. First, the infant, newly and puking in his nurse's arms.
The whining schoolboy, with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail and willing to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, with woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow.
And then the soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble's reputation even in the cannon's mouth.
And then the justice, in fair round belly with good cape and lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise souls and and so he plays his part.
The 6-8 shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose, a pouch on the side, his youthful hose, well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, his manly voice, turning again towards childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all, in this strange and eventful history, the second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Set your venerable burthen down and let her feed.
Oh, I thank you most for her.
So how do you need? I have no breath. Thank you for myself.
Fall to. I shall not question you as yet as to your fortunes. Play some music and good cousin, sing.
Oh, Mr. Wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen, because thou art not seen, although thy rent be rude. Hey-ho, unto the green holly, most friendship is fading, most loving here folly, then care of the holly. This love
me thy hand, and let me all thy fortunes understand.
Breezes of an inch of sky, thou shalt not quite so nigh as benefits for God. Though now the waters pour, thy spring is not so sharp as friends remembered not. Hey ho, unto the green holly, most friendship is fading, most loving here falling. Then hey ho, the holly, this life is most jolly.
Rosalind, these trees shall be my books, and in their barks my thoughts all character, so that every eye which in this forest looks shall see thy virtue witnessed everywhere. Oh, run! Run, Orlando, and carve into every tree the fair, chase the unexpressive she.
And how like you this shepherd's life, Master Touchstone?
Oh, truly, good shepherd. In respect of itself, it is a good life, but in the respect that it is a shepherd's life, it is not. In respect that it is a solitary life, I like it very well, but in the respect that it is a private life, it is a very vile life. In respect that it is in the fields, it pleaseth me well, but in the respect that it is not in the court, it is tedious. In the respect that it is a spare life, it fits my humor well, but in respect that there is no more plenty in it, it goes much against my stomach. Hath any philosophy in thee, shepherd?
No more but that I know the more one sickens, the worse at easy is. He who wants money, means, and content, and without three good friends. The property of rain is to wet, and fire to burn, and good pastures make fat sheep. A good cause of the night is lack of the sun. He who hath learned no wit from nature nor art may complain of good breeding, or comes of a very dull kindred.
Ho, 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 ho! Such is a natural philosopher. Wast ever in port?
No, truly.
Then thou art damned!
Nay, I hope.
Truly, thou art damned like an ill-roasted egg, all on one side.
For not being in court, your reason.
Why? If thou wast never at court, then thou never sawest good manners. And then thy manners must be wicked. And wickedness is a sin. And sin is damnation. Thou art in a parlous state, shepherd.
Not a whit, Touchstone. The behavior, the good manners of the court are just as ridiculous in the country as behavior in the country's most mockable in the court. You told me that you salute not at the court, but that you kiss hands. Well, that courtesy would be uncleanly if courtiers were shepherds.
Oh, instance! Come, instance!
Why, we are always handling our ewes. And their bells, you know, are greasy.
Oh, why? Do not a courtier's hands sweat? And is not the grease of a mutton as wholesome as the sweat of a man? Shallow, shallow! A better instance, I say, come!
Besides, our hands are hard.
Oh, ho, ho! Your lips will feel them the sooner. Shallow again! A better instance, I say, come!
And they're always covered with tar from the surgery of our sheep. And would you have us kiss tar? The courtier's hands are perfumed with civet.
Oh, most shallow man! Learn of the wise and repent. Civet is of a baser birth than tar, the most uncleanly flux of a cat. Then the instant, shepherd!
You have too courtly of a wit for me.
I'll rest.
Oh, wilt thou rest, damned? God help thee, shallow man! God make an incision in thee! Thou art raw!
Sir, I'm a true laborer. I earn that I eat, get that I wear, owe no man hate, envy no man's happiness, glad for other men's good, content with my own harm, and the greatest of my pride is to watch my ewes graze and my lambs suck.
Oh, that is another sinful sin in you. To mix the lambs and the ewes together and to make your living by the copulation of cattle?
Oh, here comes young Monsieur Ganymede, my new mistress's brother.
From the east to western end, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined are but black to Rosalind. Let no fair be kept in mind but the fair of Rosalind.
For a taste, if a heart do have a hind, let him seek out Rosaline. If a cat will after kind, so be sure it must Rosaline. Winter garments must be lined, so must slender Rosaline. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind, such a nut is Rosaline. Sweetest rose that you will find must find lover's prick and Rosaline. This is a very false gallop of verses. Why do you infect yourself with them?
Peace, you dull fool. I found them on a tree.
Oh, truly, the tree yields bad fruit.
Peace, I say. Here comes my sister reading. Stand aside.
Why should this a desert be? For his own people? No. Tongues I'll hang on every tree that shall civil saying show. But upon the fairest boughs, or at every sentence end, will I Rosalinda write, teaching all the read to know the quintessence of every sprite heaven would in little show. Therefore heaven nature charged that one body should be filled with such graces wide and large, nature presently distilled. Helen's cheek, but not her heart. Cleopatra's majesty, Atalanta's better part. Sad Lucretia's modesty. Thus, Rosalind of many parts by heavenly synod was devised, for many faces, eyes, and hearts to have the touch his dearest prize. Heaven would that she these gifts should have, and I to live and die her slave. And I to live and die her slave.
Oh, most gentle pulpiter, what tedious homily of love have you wearied your parishioners withal, and never cried, have patience, good people.
Oh no, back friends. Shepherd, go off a little and go with him, sirrah.
Come, shepherd, let's make an honorable retreat, not with bag and baggage, but with scrip and scribbling.
Didst thou hear these verses?
Oh, yes. I heard them all, and more, too, for some of them had in them more feet than the verses would bear.
That's no matter. The feet might bear the verses.
Aye, but the feet were lame, could not bear themselves within the verse, and therefore stood lamely within the verse.
No, but didst thou hear without wondering how thy name came to be hanged and carved upon these trees? Sure you have done this?
Is it a man?
And the chain that you once wore about his neck change your colour?
I prithee, who?
Oh, Lord. It is a hard matter for friends to meet, but mountains may be removed with earthquakes and so encounter.
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
Oh, nay, I prithee now with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, and yet again wonderful, and after that, out of all room.
Oh, good my complexion. Dost thou think, though I comparison like a man, I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? I prithee tell me who it is quickly, and speak apace. And when thou couldst stammer, that thou might pour this concealed man out of thy mouth as wine comes out of a narrow-mouthed bottle, I prithee, take the cork out of thy mouth that I may drink thy tidings.
So you may put a man in your bed.
Is he of God's making? What
the day! Well, what shall I do with my doublet and hose? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? Where and when he? What makes him here? Did he ask for me? How parted he with thee? And which of them You must borrow me Gargantua's mouth. Doth he know that I am in the forest and in man's apparel? Looks he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled? I found him under a tree like a dropped acorn. Oh, it may well be called Jove's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good madam. Proceed.
There he lay, stretched along like a wounded knight. Oh, though it be pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
Cry holler to thy tongue, I prithee.
He was furnished like a hut. Oh, ominous, he comes to kill my heart.
I would sing my song without a burden. Thou bringest me out too.
Do you not know I am a woman? When I think I must speak, sweet, say on.
You bring me out.
Soft. Come sing up here. Ah, 'tis he. Slink by and note him.
The Montagues are one of the eldest families in Verona.
How much time have you spent there? Look! I thank you for your company, but good faith! I had as lief been myself alone.
As had I. And yet for fashion's sake, I do thank you for your society.
Then, God be with you. Let's meet as little as we can.
I do desire we may be better strangers.
I beg you, mar no more trees by putting love poems in the bark.
I pray you mar no more of my verses with reading them ill-favoredly.
Rosalind is your love's name.
Just so?
I like not her name.
Well, there was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
What stature is she of?
Well, she's... Well, she's as high as my heart.
Oh, you are full of pretty answers. Will you sit down with me? And together we can rail against our mistress the world and all our miseries.
I will chide no breather in the world but myself, against whom I know most faults.
Ah, the worst fault you have is to be in love.
That's a fault I would not change for your greatest virtue.
By my troth, I was seeking a fool when I found you.
But he is drowned in the brook. Look but in and you shall see him.
But there I shall see my own figure.
Which I take to be either a fool or a cipher.
I'll tarry no longer with you. Farewell, Signor Love.
I am glad of your departure. Adieu, Monsieur Melancholy.
I will speak to him like a saucy lackey, and under that habit play the knave with him. Do you hear, Forrester?
Why, very well. What would you?
I pray you, what is o'clock?
You should ask me the time of day. There's no clock. There's no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest. Else sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as a clock.
Why not the swift foot of time? Had that not been as proper?
By no means, sir. But time travels in diverse paces with diverse persons. Well, I'll tell you who time trots withal, who time gallops withal, and who he stands still withal.
I pray you, who doth he trots withal?
Marry, he trots with a young maid, between the contract of her marriage and the day it is solemnized. If the interim be but a set night, time's pace is so hard it seems the length of 7 year.
Who doth he gallop withal?
With a thief, to the gallows, for though he goes softly his foot can fall, he thinks himself too soon there.
And who stays he still withal?
With the lawyers in the vacation, where they sleep between term and term, and then they perceive not how time moves.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
With this shepherdess, my sister,
Hey.
here in the skirts of the forest like fringe upon a petticoat.
Are you a native of this place? Your accent is something finer than you could purchase in so removed a dwelling.
I have been told so of many, but indeed an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak, who was in his youth an inland man, one who knew courtship too well, for there he fell in love. I have heard him read many lectures against it, and I thank God I am not a woman to be touched with so many giddy offenses, as he hath generally taxed their whole sex withal.
I pray you recount some of them.
No, I will not cast away my physic, but on the sick. Well, there is a man who haunts the forest, who abuses our young plants with carving Rosalind on the barks, hangs oaths upon hawthorns and elegies on brambles, all forsooth deifying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet that fancy monger, I should give him some good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am he that is so love-shaped. I pray you tell me your remedy.
There is none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me to know a man in love, in which cage of rushes I'm sure you are not prisoner.
Well, what were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not. A blue eye and sunken, which you have not. A beard, neglected, which you have not. Oh, but I pardon you for that, for simply your having a beard is a younger brother's revenue. But your hose should be ungartered, your bonnet unbanded, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. But you are no such man, as loving yourself than seeming the lover of any other.
Oh, fair youth, I would I could make thee believe I love.
Me believe it? You may as soon make her that you love believe it. Which I warrant she is apter to do than to confess she does. That is one of the ways in the which women still give the lie to their consciences. But in good sooth, are you he that hangs the verses on the trees wherein Rosalind is so admired?
I swear to thee, youth, by the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
But are you so much in love as your rhymes speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is merely a madness, and I tell you deserves as well a dark house and a whip as madmen do, and the reason why they are not so punished and cured is that the lunacy is so ordinary, the whippers are in love too. Yet I profess curing it by counsel.
Oh, did you ever cure any so?
Yes! One, and in this manner. He was to imagine me, his love, his mistress, and I set him every day to woo me, at which time would I, being but a moonish youth, grieve, be effeminate, changeable, longing and liking, proud, fantastical, apish, shallow, full of tears, full of smiles, for every passion something, and for no passion truly anything, as boys and women are, for the most part, cattle of this color, would now like him, now loathe him, now entertain him, then forswear him, now weep for him, then spit at him, that I drave my suitor from his mad humor of love to a living humor of madness, which was to forswear the full stream of the world and to live in a nook, merely monastic. And thus I cured him, and in this way I will take it upon me to wash your liver as clean as a sound sheep's heart. There shall not be one spot of love in it.
I would not be cured, youth.
Well, nay, I would cure you if you would but call me Rosalind and come every day to my coat and woo me.
Now by the strength of my love I will. Tell me where it is.
Go with me to it and I'll show it to you, and by the way, you shall tell me where in the forest you live. Will you go?
With all my heart, sweet.
Oh, nay, you must call me Rosalind. Come, sister, will you go?
Come apace, Audrey! I will gather up your bones, Audrey. And how, Audrey? Am I the man now? Oh, my simple features.
Your features? Lord warrant us, what features?
I am here amongst your sheep, as the most capricious poet Ovid was amongst the gods.
Oh, knowledge ill inhabited, worse than Jove in a thatched house.
When a man's verses cannot be understood, nor is wit seconded by the forward child understanding, it strikes a man with greater force than a great reckoning in a small room. Truly, I wish the gods had made thee poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest in deed and word? Is it a true thing?
They say the truest poetry is the most fading, and lovers are given to poetry. And what they say in poetry may be said, as lovers they do feign.
I wish then that the gods had made me poetical.
Oh, truly, for thou swear to me thou art honest. If thou were a poet, I would hope that thou didst feign.
Would you not have me honest?
Oh, truly, unless thou wert hard favored. For to have honesty coupled with beauty is to have honey as sauce to sugar.
A material fool.
Well, I am not fair, and therefore I pray the gods make me honest.
Oh, truly, and to cast honesty upon such a foul slut would be to put good meat into an unclean dish.
I am not a slut, though I thank the gods I am foul.
Oh, praise be to the gods for thy foulness. Sluttishness may come hereafter. But be that as it may, I will marry thee. And for that end, I have been with Sir Oliver Martech, the vicar of the next village, who hath promised to meet us at this place in the forest and to couple us.
I would fain see this meeting.
Will the gods give us joy?
Oh, amen. A faint-hearted man may, if he were, stagger the attempt. For here, we have no chapel with the forest. No assembly here but the horn beasts. But what? Courage! Here comes Sir Oliver! Sir Oliver Martech, you are very well met. Shall you dispatch us under this tree, or shall we accompany you to your chapel?
Is there none here to give the woman?
I will not take her on gift of any man.
Truly the woman must be given, or the marriage is not lawful.
Proceed! Proceed! I'll get her!
Oh! Good evening, Master, whatchamacallit. You are very good. God yield you for your last company. Very glad to see you. Even a toy in hand here, sir. Nay, pray, be covered.
Will you be married, Motley?
As the ox has his bow, the horse his curb, and the falcon her bells, so man hath his desire. And as pigeons bill, so wedlock would be nibbling.
And will you, a man of your breeding, be married under a bush like a beggar? Get you to a church and have a good priest explain to you what marriage is. This fellow will but join you as they join together wainscot. Then shall one of you prove a shrunk panel, and like green timber, warp.
Lord! I would much rather be married of this man than any other, for he's not likely to marry me well, and me not being married well will give me good reason to later leave my wife.
Come down with me and let me counsel thee.
Come, sweet Audrey, we must be married, or we must live in bawdry. Farewell, Sir Oliver, not, oh, sweet Oliver, oh, brave Oliver. Let not behind thee, but wind away. Be gone, I say. I will not to wedding with thee.
Tis no matter. Your fantastical knave shall flout me out of my calling.
I met the Duke yesterday and had much question with him. He asked me of what parentage I was. I told him of as good as he, so he laughed and let me go. But what talk we of fathers when there's such a man as Orlando?
Oh, that's a brave man, isn't he? And he writes brave verses, and he swears brave oaths, and he says brave words.
Why did he swear he would come this morning, and he comes not?
Oh, nay, certainly, there's no truth in him.
No, do you think so? Oh, who comes here?
Mistress and master, you oft inquired after the shepherd who complained of love, who sat by me along the turf, praising the proud, disdainful shepherdess who is his mistress. Well, if you will see a pageant truly played between a pale companion reflection of true love. The red glow of scorn, proud disdain. Bring you handsome and conduct you to your market.
Come, let us remove. The sight of lovers feedeth those in love. Bring us to the sight, and you shall say, I'll prove a busy actor in their play.
Speak, Phoebe, do not scorn me, do not. Phoebe, say that you love me not, but say not so. In bitterness the common executioner's heart, because instead of death makes heart, will not be asked upon the humble death but first makes pardon. Will you sterner be than he that dies in this by bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner. I fly thee. I would not injure thee. Thou tellst me there is murder in mine eyes. 'Tis pretty, sure, and very probable that eyes that are the frailest and softest things should be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. Now I do frown on thee with all my heart, and if mine eyes can wound, now let them kill thee. Now, counterfeit to swoon, why now fall down? Or if thou canst not, for shame, for shame. Thou liest to say there's murder in mine eyes. Show me the wound my eye hath made in thee. Strike thee but with a pin, and there remains a scar of it. But now my eyes, which I have darted at thee, hurt thee not. Nor I'm sure there is no force in eyes that can do hurt.
Oh dear Phoebe, if ever as that ever may be near you meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then shall you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make.
But till that time, come not near me. And when that time comes, pity me not. For when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks, and pity me not. For till that time, I will not pity thee.
And why, I pray you? Who might be your mother that you insult and exalt all at once over the wretched? What, though you have no beauty, must you be therefore proud and pitiless? Oh, why, what means this? Why do you look on me? I think she means to tangle my eyes, too. No, faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, your bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can attain my spirits to your worship. You foolish shepherd! Wherefore do you follow her? You are 1,000 times a properer man than she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that make the world full of ill-favored children. It's not her class, but you that flatters her. Out of you, she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments could show her. But mistress, know yourself. Down on your knees and thank heaven fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets.
Oh, sweet youth, chide a year together. I had rather hear you chide than this man woo.
I pray you, do not fall in love with me, for I am falser than vows made in wine. Besides, I like you not. Leave both. But shepherd, ply her hard. And shepherdess, look on him better, and be not proud. All the world could see, none could be so abused in sight as he.
Dead shepherd, now I find thy saw of might. Whoever loved that loved not at first sight.
Sweet Phoebe!
What sayest thou, Sylvius?
Sweet Phoebe, pity me!
Why, I am sorry for thee. Gentle Sylvius.
Wherever sorrow is, relief would follow. If you do
I'll employ thee too, but do not look for further recompense than thy own gladness that thou art employed.
So holy and so perfect is my love, and thou in such a poverty of grace, that I shall think the most plenteous crop, to glean the broken ears after the man's of the main harvest reaped, loose now and then a scattered smile as that I'll live upon.
Knowest thou the youth that spoke to me erewhile?
Not very well, but I've met him often. He hath bought the house and bounds that the old prelate was his master of.
Think not I love him, though I ask for him. But a peevish boy, yet he talks well. Yet what care I for words? Yet words do well when he that speaks them pleases those that hear. It is a pretty youth, not very pretty, but sure he's proud. Yet his pride becomes him. He'll make a proper man. The best thing in him is his complexion, but faster than his tongue did make offense, his eye did heal it up. He's not very tall, but for his years he's tall. His leg is but so-so, but yet 'tis well. There was a pretty redness in his lip, a little riper and more lusty red than that mixed in his cheek. 'Twas just the difference between the mingled damask and the constant red. There be some women, Sylvius, that had marked him in parcels as I did, would have gone near to fall in love with him. But for my part, I love him not, nor hate him not, though I have more cause to hate him than to love him. For what had he to do to chide at me? He said mine eyes were black, and my hair black, and now I'm remembered scorned at me. I marvel why I not answered again. That's all one. Omittance, no quittance. I will write to him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Sylvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it straight. The matter's in my head and in my heart. I will be bitter with him and passing short. Go with me, Sylvius.
I prithee, pretty youth, I would become better acquainted with thee.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
I am so. Oh, I do love it better than laughing. It is a melancholy of mine own, compounded of many simples, extracted from many objects, and indeed, the sundry contemplations of my travels.
Ah, a traveler. By my faith, you have great reason to be sad. I fear you have sold your own land to see other men's, and to have seen much and to have nothing is to have rich eyes and poor hands.
I have gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I'd rather have a fool to make me merry, an experience to make me sad, and to travel for it too.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Nay then, God be with you. And you talk in blank verse.
Farewell, Monsieur Traveler. Why, how now, Orlando? Where have you been all this time, you a lover? And you served me such another trick, never come in my sight more.
Sweet Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise and love? Nay, and you be so tardy, come no more in my sight. I had as lief be wooed of a snail.
Of a snail?
I of a snail. For though he comes slowly, he carries his house on his head. Better jointure, I think, than you make a woman. Besides, he brings his destiny with him.
What's that?
Why, horns, which such as you are fain to be beholding to your wives for, but he comes armed in his fortune and prevents the slander of his wife.
Oh, virtue is no horn maker, and my Rosalind virtuous.
And I am your Rosalind.
And it pleases him to call you so.
Come, woo me, for now I am in a holiday humor and like enough to consent. What would you say to me now, and I were your very, very Rosalind?
Well, I would kiss before I spoke.
Oh, nay, you were better to speak first. And then when you were gravelled for lack of matter, you might take occasion to kiss.
How if the kiss be denied?
Then she puts you to entreaty, and there begins new matter.
Well, who could be out being before his beloved mistress?
Marry should you, if I were your mistress. Am I not your Rosalind?
I take some joy to say that you are. I would be speaking to her.
Well, in her person, I say I will not have her.
That in mine own person I die.
No, Faith. Die by attorney. The poor world is almost 6,000 years old, and in all this time, not any man died in his own person videlicet in a love cause. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
I would not have my right, Rosalind, of this mind, for I protest her frown might kill me.
By this hand it will not kill a fly. Oh, but now I will be your Rosalind in a more coming-on disposition. Ask me what you will, I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Oh, yes, Faith will I, Fridays, Saturdays, and all.
And wilt thou have me?
I am 20 such.
What sayest thou?
Are you not good?
Hope so.
Why then, can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you shall be the priest and marry. Give me your hand, Orlando. What do you say, sister?
How can you marry us?
What? You must begin, will you, Orlando?
Will you, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind?
I will.
Aye, but when?
But now, as fast as she can marry us.
Then you must say, I do take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I do take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I do take thee, Orlando, for my husband. Now, tell me how long you would have her once you have possessed her.
Forever and a day.
Say a day without the ever. No, Orlando. Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. I will weep for nothing like Diana in the fountain. And I will do that when you are disposed to be merry. I will laugh like a hyena. And I will do that when thou art inclined to sleep.
But will my Rosalind do so?
By my life, she will do as I do.
Ah, but she is wise.
Make the doors upon a woman's wit will out at the casement. Shut that will out at the keyhole. Stop that will fly up with the smoke out the chimney.
A man that had a wife with such a wit, he might say, wits whither wilts?
Nay, you might keep that check for it till you met your wife's wit going to your neighbor's bed.
Oh, and what wit could wit have to excuse that?
Ah, Mary, to say she came to seek you there.
For these 2 hours, Rosalind, I must leave thee.
Alas, dear love, I cannot lack thee 2 hours.
Oh, I must attend the Duke at dinner. By 2 o'clock, I'll be with thee again.
Aye, go your ways, go your ways. I knew what you would prove. 2 o'clock is your hour.
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
You break 1 jot of your promise, or come 1 second behind your hour, I will think you the most pathetical break promise, and the most hollow lover, and the most unworthy of her you call Rosalind. Therefore beware my censure and keep your promise.
With no less religion than if thou wert indeed my Rosalind.
You have simply misused our sex in your love prank. We must have your double and host plucked over your head, and the whole world see what the word has done to her own next.
Oh, cuz, my pretty little cuz. Oh, then thou dost know how many fathoms deep I am in love. I tell thee, Eliana, I cannot be out of the sight of Orlando. I'll go find a shadow and sigh till he comes.
And I'll sleep.
Ah! My errand is to you, fair youth. My gentle Phoebe bid me give you this. I know not the contents, but as a guest, my stone-bound waspus axe should it use as she was writing it. It bears an angry tenor. Pardon me about the girl's messenger.
Patience herself would startle at this letter and play the swaggerer. Bear this, bear all. She says,
that I lack manners, I am not fair. She calls me proud, and that she could not love me were man as rare as phoenix. Odds my will, her love is not the hair that I do hunt. Why write she so to me? Well, shepherd? Well? This is a letter of your own device.
No, sir, I protest. I know not the contents Phoebe did write it.
Come, you are a fool. But she Phoebes me. Mark how the tyrant writes. Art thou God to shepherd turned, that a maiden's heart hath burned? Can a woman rail thus?
Call you this railing?
If the scorn of your bright eye hath power to raise such love in mine, alack in me what strange effect would they work in mild aspect. Whilst you chid me, I did love. How then might your prayers move? He that brings this love to thee little knows this love in me. And by him seal up thy mind, whether that thy youth and kind will the faithful offer take of me and all that I can make. Or else by him my love deny, and then I'll study how to die.
Call you this chiding?
Alas, poor shepherd, do you pity him? He deserves no pity. Wilt thou love such a woman to use thee as an instrument and play false strains upon me? Not to be endured. Well, go your way to her, for I see love hath made thee a tame snake. And say this to her, that if she love me, I charge her to love thee. If she will not, I will never have her, unless thou entreat for her. You be a true lover, hence, and not a word, for here comes more company.
Good morrow, fair ones. Pray you, where in the purlieus of this forest stands a sheepcote fenced about with olive trees?
Down in the neighborhood west of this place. This hour the house doctor itself has not been.
Well, then should I know you by description. The boy is fair and of female favor. The woman is low and fairer than her brother. Are you not the owners of the house I did inquire for?
With no boast being asked to say we are.
Orlando commends him to you both, and to that youth he calls his Rosalind he sent this bloody napkin. Are you not he?
I am. No, what must we understand by this?
Some of my shame, if you will know of me, what woman I am, and how, and why, and where this handkerchief was stained.
I pray you, tell it.
When last the young Orlando parted from you, he left a promise to return again within an hour, and pacing through the forest, lo, what befell. He threw his eye aside, and marked what object did present itself. Under an oak, whose boughs were mossed with age, a wretched, ragged woman, hair entangled, lay sleeping on her back. And about her neck, a green and gilded snake had wreathed itself, who, with her head nimble in threats, approached the opening of her mouth. But suddenly, seeing Orlando, it unlinked itself, and with indented glides did slip away into a bush. Under which bush's shade, a lioness with udders all drawn dry lay crouched, head on ground, with cat-like watch, when that the sleeping woman should stir, for 'tis the royal disposition of that beast to prey on nothing that doth seem as dead. This scene, Orlando approached the woman and found it was his sister, his elder sister.
I've heard him speak of that same sister, and he did render her the most unnatural to live amongst men.
And well might he so do, for well I know she was unnatural.
But to Orlando, did he leave her there, food to the sucked and hungry lioness?
Twice did he turn his back and propose so, but kindness, nobler ever than revenge, and nature, greater than his just occasion, made him give battle to the lioness, who quickly fell before him, in which, hurtling from miserable slumber, I awoke.
Are you his sister?
Was you he rescued?
Was he that did so often try to kill him?
'Twas I, but 'tis not I. Well, I do not shame to tell thee what I was, since my conversion so sweetly tastes, being the thing that I am.
But for the bloody napkin.
By and by. When, from first to last, betwixt us two tears our recountiments had kindly bathed, he led me unto the gentle Duke, who gave me fresh array and entertainment, committing me unto not my brother's love, who led me instantly into his cave, there stripped himself, and here upon his arm, the lioness had torn some flesh away, which all this while had bled, and then he fainted, and cried and fainting on Rosalind! Brief, I recovered him, bound his wound, he sent me hither, stranger as I am, to tell this story, that you may forgive his broken promise, and to give this napkin dyed in his blood unto that shepherd youth he doth in sport call his Rosalind.
Oh, how now, Ganymede! Sweet Ganymede!
Many will swoon at the sight of blood.
There's more in it. Cousin Ganymede!
Look, he recovers.
And would I were at home. Yes, and we'll lead you thither. Could you take his arm?
Be of good cheer, youth. You a man. You lack a man's heart.
I do so, I confess it. Come, you look paler and paler. Pray draw hold. Good, madam?
Yes.
Go with us.
We shall find a time, Audrey. Patience, gentle Audrey.
Faith, the priest was good enough for all the old gentlemen saying.
Oh, a most wicked Sir Oliver Audrey. A most vile Martex. But Audrey, there is a youth in this forest that lays claim to you.
I know who it is. He hath no interest in me in the world. Oh, here comes the man you mean.
Good even, Audrey.
Howdy, good even, William.
Good even, son.
Oh, good evening, gentle friend. Cover thy head, cover thy head. Nay, prithee, be covered. How old are you, gentle friend?
5 and 20, son.
Right age. Is thy name William?
William, son.
Oh, a fair name. Was born in the forest here.
Aye, I thank God.
Thank God. A good answer. Artfrit?
Faith, sir. So.
Oh, so is good. Very good. Very excellent good. Yet it is not. But so. Artfrit. Art wise.
I, sir, have a pretty wit.
Ah, why, thou sayest well. You know, I'm reminded of the saying, the fool doth think himself to be a wise man, but the wise man know himself to be a fool. The heathen philosopher, when he had the desire to eat a grape, would open his mouth, thereby indicating that grapes were to eat and lips to open. You do love this name.
I do, sir.
Give me your hand. Art learned?
No, sir.
Then learn me this. To have is to have, for it is a figure in rhetoric that drink being poured out of a glass by opening one doth empty the other. For all the writers do consent that Ipsy is he, but you are not Ipsy, for I am he.
Which he, sir?
He, sir, that must marry this woman. Therefore, you clown, abandon, which is the vulgar leave, this society, which in the boorish is company, of this female, which in the common is woman, which together is abandon the society of this female, or clown, thou perishest, or to thy better understanding, diest, or I will kill thee, take thee away, translate thy life to death, thy liberty into bondage, I will do in poison with thee, or in bastionado, or in steel, I will bend thee in fashion. I will overrun thee with policy, I will kill thee 150 ways, therefore tremble and depart!
Do, William.
God rest you merry, sir. Our master and mistress seeks you. Come away, away.
Trip, Audrey, trip! I attend!
Is it possible, on so little acquaintance, you should like her? That but seeing her, you should love her. And in loving woo. And wooing she should grant. And were you persevered to enjoy her?
Call neither the giddiness of it in question, the poverty of her, our small acquaintance, our sudden wooing, or her sudden consenting, but say with me, I love Aliena. Say with her that she loves me. Consent with both that we may enjoy each other. What shall be to your good? For my father's house and all the revenue that was old Sir Roland's will I estate upon you, and here live and die a shepherd.
You have my consent. Oh, let your wedding be tomorrow. Thither I'll invite the Duke and all his contented followers. Go, prepare you, Eliana, for here comes my Rosalind.
God save you, sister. And you, fair sister.
Oh, my poor Orlando. How it grieves me to see thee wear their heart in a scarf.
My arm.
I thought thy heart had been wounded with the claws of a lion.
Wounded it is, but with the eyes of a lady.
Did your sister tell you how I counterfeited the swoon when she showed me your handkerchief?
Aye, and greater wonders besides.
Oh, I know where you are. Nay, 'tis true, for our sisters no sooner met but they looked, no sooner looked but they loved. No sooner loved but they sighed, no sooner sighed but they asked one another the reason. No sooner knew the reason but they sought the remedy.
And they shall be married tomorrow. I'll invite the Duke to their nuptial. But how bitter a thing it is to look at happiness through another's eyes. By so much the more shall I tomorrow be at the height of heart heaviness. By so much so shall I think my sister happy in having what she wishes for.
Why then, tomorrow I cannot serve your turn for Rosalind.
I can live no longer by thinking.
I will weary you then no longer with idle talking. Therefore put you in your best array, bid your friends, for if you will be married tomorrow, you shall. And to Rosalind, if you will. Oh look! Here comes a lover of mine, and a lover of hers.
Youth, you have done me much ungentleness to show the letter I writ to you.
I care not if I have. You are there followed by a faithful shepherd. Look upon him, love him, he worships you.
Good shepherd, tell this youth what it is to love.
It is to be all made of sighs and tears, and so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
It is to be all made of faith and service, and so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
So am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
To be all made of fantasy, all made of passion, and all made of wishes, all adoration, beauty, and observance, all coolness, all patience, all impatience, all purity, all vile, all observance, and so am I for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
So why blame you
So
me?
why blame you me to love you?
Who do you speak to? Why blame you me to love you?
To her that is not here, nor doth not hear.
I pray you no more of this. It's like the howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I will help you if I can. I would love you if I could. Tomorrow, meet me all together. I will marry you if ever I marry woman. And I'll be married tomorrow. I will satisfy you if ever I satisfy man. And you shall be married tomorrow. I will content you if what pleases you contents you, and you shall be married tomorrow. So, as you love Rosalind, meet. As you love Phoebe, meet. And as I love no woman, I'll meet. So, fare you well, I have left you commands.
Will not fail if I live.
Nor I.
Nor I.
Tomorrow is the joyful day, Audrey! Tomorrow we shall be married!
I do desire it with all my heart, and I hope it is no dishonest desire to be a woman of the world. Touchdown!
Elect, honest gentlemen.
By my cross, well met. Come, sit in, and a song.
We are for you to the fiddle. Shall we clap into it roundly without
hawking or spitting or saying we're hoarse, which are the only prologues to a bad voice. Fade to fade, and both in a tune. Gypsies on a horse.
Lover and his lad, with a hey and a ho and a hey nonny nonny no, nonny no. And o'er the green cornfield it passed in springtime, the only pretty springtime, when birds do sing hey ding a ding a ding, hey ding a ding a ding, hey ding a ding a ding, sweet lovers of the spring. Between the acres of the rock, with a hey and a ho and a hey nonny nonny no, nonny no. These pretty country folks did lie in springtime, the only springtime, when birds do sing hey ding a ding a ding, hey ding a ding a ding, hey ding a ding a ding, sweet lovers of the spring. And therefore take the present time, with a hey and a ho and a hey nonny nonny no, nonny no. For love was crowned with a bride in springtime, the only springtime, when birds do sing hey ding a ding a ding, hey ding a ding a ding, hey ding a ding a ding, sweet lovers of the spring, sweet lovers of the spring.
Oh, truly, there was no great matter in the ditty, for the note was very untunable.
You are deceived, sir. We kept our time. We lost not our time.
By my troth, I consider it but time lost to hear such a foolish song. God be with you, and God mend your voices. Come, Audrey.
Orlando, that the boy can do all this that he has promised it?
Sometimes I do believe, and sometimes do not. Like those that fear they hope, yet know they fear.
Patience once more while our compact is urged. You say, if I bring in your Rosalind, you will bestow her on Orlando here.
That would I, had I kingdoms to bestow with her.
And you say you will have her when I bring her?
That would I were I of all kingdoms king.
You say you'll marry me if I be willing.
That would I, should I die the hour after.
But if you do refuse to marry me, you'll give yourself to this most faithful shepherd.
So is the bargain.
You say you'll have Phoebe if she will.
Lord, marry her in death in one day.
I have promised to make all this matter even. Keep you your word, O Duke. Give your daughter. You yours, Orlando, to receive his daughter. Keep your word, Phoebe, that you'll marry me, or else refusing me to wed this shepherd. Keep your word, Sylvius, that you'll marry her if she refuse me. And from hence I go to make these doubts all even.
I remember in this shepherd boy some lively touches of my daughter's favor.
Aye, my lord. First I saw the boy, thought he must be a brother to your daughter. Lord, the boy is forsborn and, how was it? Trained in the rudiments of many disparate arts by an uncle, who he claims to be a great magician obscured in the circle of this forest.
There is sure another flood toward, and here come the couples coming to the ark. These are a pair of very strange beasts, which in all tongues are called fools.
Salutations and greetings to you all!
Oh, good my lord, bid this gentleman welcome. This is the motley-minded gentleman I have so oft met in the forest. He hath been a courtier, he swears.
If any man doubt that, let it be put to my purgation.
Purgation!
I have trod the measure. I have flattered a lady. I have been politic with my friends, smooth with mine enemies. I have undone 3 tailors. I have had 4 quarrels, and like to have fought 1.
Oh, how was that taken up?
Faith, we met and found that the quarrel was upon the 7th cause.
The 7th cause! Good my lord, like this fellow?
I like him well.
God yield you, sir. I desire you of the like. I press in here, sir, amongst the country copulative, to swear and to forswear, as marriage binds and blood breaks. A poor virgin, sir, an ill-favored thing, but mine own. It is an ill humor of mine, sir, to take that no man else will. Rich honesty dwells like a miser, sir, in a poorhouse, as a pearl doth rest in your foul oyster.
My faith, he's very swift and sententious.
Is he not a rare fellow, my lord? As good at as anything, and yet a fool.
He uses his folly as a stalking horse, and beneath the presentation of this, he shoots his wit.
Brrr. Whoa! Oh!
To you I give myself, for I am yours.
To you I give myself, for I am yours.
If there be truth in sight, you are my daughter. If there be truth in sight, you are my Rosalind.
If sight and shape be true, why then, my love, adieu.
Then is there mirth in heaven, when earthly things made even atone together. Good Duke, receive thy daughter. Hyde from heaven brought her, yea, brought her hither, that thou might join her hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is.
I'll have no father if you be not he.
I'll have no husband if you be not he, nor ne'er wed woman if you be not she.
Oh, my niece, welcome thou art to me. Even daughter welcome to no less degree.
I will not eat my word. Thy faith, my fancy, to thee doth combine.
I bar confusion, 'tis I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here's 8 that must take hands, join in Hyde's band, if truth hold true contents. You and you, no cross shall part. You and you are heart to heart. You to his love must accord, or have a woman for thy lord. You and you are sure together, as winter and foul weather. Now while a wedlock hymn we sing, feed yourself with questioning. What reason wonder might diminish, how thus we met, and these things finish.
Wedding is great Juno's crown, for blessed on the morn and day. I'm in people's every town, high wedlock and the honor read. Honor, high honor and renown, I'm in God every town. Wedding is great Juno's crown, for blessed on the morn and day. I'm in people's every town, high wedlock and the honor.
That brings these tidings to this fair company. Duke Frederick, hearing
his land withheld, the other his a land large, potent dukedom. First we shall in this forest do those ends that here were well begun and well begotten after. Every of this happy number that hath endured through days and nights with us shall share the gain of our renewed fortune. Meanwhile, let us drop this new fallen dignity and fall into our rustic revelry. Play music and bridegrooms all, in measure heaped with joy, to the measure's fall.
Serve my impatience! If I did hear you rightly, the Duke hath put on a religious life and thrown into neglect the pompous court.
She has.
To her will I. Out of these convertites, there is much matter to be heard and learned. To you, former estate, I do bequeath your patience and your honor well deserves it. To you, a love that your true faith doth merit. No. To you, love and life and great allies. And you, to a long and well-deserved bed. To you, Kibble. And you, to your wrangling. For thy loving voyage is but 2 months middle. To your pleasures, I am for other than dancing measures.
Stay, Dick, we stay.
Just see no pastime I. What you would have, I'll stay to know in your abandoned cave.
Proceed. We shall begin these rites until you trust they'll end in true delight.
If it be good, if it be true, that good wine needs no bush.
Hear.
'Tis true that a good play needs no epilogue. Yet to good wine they do use good bushes, and good plays prove the better with the help of good epilogues. What a case am I in then, that am neither a good epilogue, nor cannot insinuate with you in the behalf of a good play. I am not furnished like a beggar, so to beg will not become me. My way is to conjure you. And I'll begin with the women. I charge you, O women, for the love you bear to men, to like as much of this play as please you. And I charge you, O men, for the love you bear to women, as I perceive by your simpering none of you hates them, that between you and the women the play may please. If I were a woman, I would kiss as many of you as had beards that pleased me, faces that liked me, and breaths that I defied not. And I'm sure as many of you as have good faces, good beards, and sweet breaths will, for my kind offer, when I make curtsy, bid me farewell.